Hello everyone, welcome back to All the Mods 10 multiplayer. So, between episodes we did a thing over here. We've got ourselves, I think this one is the wire mill. This one is the bending machine. And I did a copy of that, and I'm going to paste it right over here. Now, if I can line it up properly, right click it right there. It is a bit wonky because for some reason it wants to face all of them this way. So it's not going to instantly form. But I think that's okay because we also need to replace a couple of the input hatches and the output hatches as well. But I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And job done. Oh, yeah. And also we need to make sure that these are the max size because that is a thing that we need to do. Nice. And also, if we have a look right here, these are all online and everything. I don't know if you saw that, but there's an import button. Basically, I did this. So there's, on the interface, I've got myself a storage bus. And then I've got, actually, this one over here is probably the best example. One on the end. There you go. We got the import bus, another import bus. It doesn't matter if it's a fluid or if it's an item. So in this case, it's a bit awkward because it is going to be some items right now. All of them are items, but I'm going to make one of them fluid. So the ones at the back, I'm going to make fluid outputs. So the ones that I'm going to do here is we're going to have the assembler is going to go here. The I've got it right there. There we go. The chemical reactor is going to go there as well, and the electrolyzer. So assembler, chemical reactor, electrolyzer. Chemical reactor, as you can tell, has got a ridiculous amount of recipes right here. So we're gonna do that. Now, I'm still waiting on mechanism. So over in this corner over here, we have got another thing that we need to get done. And it does play directly into modern industrialization, but is not modern industrialization. So those of you that are like, I hate modern industrialization, today is the video for you. We're going to do some ore doubling. Kind of. So, we're going to set up the, what would you call it? It's titanium? Titanium? Yeah. So we're going to set up the whole thing for titanium right here. So to get a titanium hot ingot, you can either do the dust or you can do this with the magnesium sulfuric solution. Now, sorry, not magnesium, manganese sulfuric solution. Now, so we don't have to do the sulfuric solution whatsoever, what we can do is we could just do 1 for 1. We've got a ton of raw titanium. So raw titanium is not the bottleneck here. The bottleneck is the amount of time that this takes, and also, where is it? The amount of time that this takes. So we're basically shaving off 10 seconds. Yeah, we're shaving off 10 seconds of this recipe every single time. So, happy to do that. The way we need to do it, though, if we have a look at the titanium dust, it comes from fermented or meat titanium dust. So, I'm actually going to get rid of a bunch of stuff up here because we don't need it anymore. And we're going to go through this. In fact, we're going to say titanium dust is the goal for today's episode. So you need to feed it some sand. That's fine. We could do that. You need some of this meat right here. Now, fermentation station. Love it. Ah. Raw ore dust turns into fermented. Okay, so we need to find raw titanium dust. Where is it? Is that it? Je silver. These, by the way, are all the ones that the ATM team, I think, have put in place. Raw unobtainium, osmium, powdered copper. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Gold, titanium. Aha. So how do we get this? Ah, there we go. Get some liquid meat. Oh, I didn't say... Okay, this one. Sorry, not that one. This one. We need the fermentation station. Right. When I came back, I realized that... Well, to be fair, I went off and had like a bit of tea and stuff. But when I came back, I realized all the assemblers and chemical reactors and the electrolytes... Oh, I just put them in the system. Poop. Didn't mean to do that. But they're all in now. So what we're going to do is, I think, right... Oh, this is going to be a bit annoying, isn't it? Because we're going to have to do it a little bit backwards. There's more than one fluid. So we might have to bump these back and have like 2 item inputs, 2 fluid inputs, and then so on and so on. Anyway, I'm going to do that one later because we don't need it right now. But as I was saying before the reboot, what we can do right now is we can grab ourselves creative... Okay, is this not what it's called? Tank. And let's grab ourselves a creative version of... Oh, wait, can you not do that? How the heck do we get creative... yeah, how do we get creative tanks before then? Mech. Must be a way of getting the creative version, right? I can go to creative mode. That'd probably be it, wouldn't it? F3, F4. Someone taught me that recently. F3, F4 makes you go into creative mode. Interesting. Right. What do we need? We need liquid meat. There we go. And that'll get us a creative tank. Ha 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 ha. So this we can actually pop on the system. Oh yeah. Go back into survival mode. So now we can put the creative fluid tank. I'm just going to pop it there. We need a storage bus. And I'm going to make sure when we place this down that we do input output mode. We want to just do extract only. I think that's what we do. No, you know what? We leave that input and output. Yeah. Yeah. So what we do right there is we say liquid meat. I don't know if this still works, by the way, but this is how I used to do it with refined storage instead of applied energistics, obviously. But what you do is on the storage bus or the external storage, I think they called it in refined storage. But yeah, you filter and you say, this is the only thing that's allowed. And that's liquid meat. That way it can go in and out and it doesn't really matter. If you put more liquid meat into this, it will void it, I think, because it's creative. It will just void it off. It's got nowhere else to go, has it? So it just voids it. So anyway, cable. I forget, is this blue or light blue? Light blue, okie dokie. And then whilst we're at it, let's get a light blue cable facade as well. I should be able to just click and click. And then if we have a look in here, that was really quick, wasn't it? It says network booting and it's already got it right there. Takes forever for it to boot now. That is a really big problem with the fact that we've got so much on the network now that it takes forever to boot up. When I join the game as well, because I've been offline, obviously this has not been loaded. When I join in the game, it takes a while for everything to boot back up, so it's kind of annoying. But anyway, there you go. We've got infinite liquid meat. The whole reason I'm doing that, by the way, is because the way you get liquid meat normally is you like have this online. It will spawn some dudes, and then you use what's it called? Mob slaughter factory, right? Yeah, one of these bad boys. So what you're going to get is you're going to get liquid meat on this side and pink slime on this side. If you've got something that's constantly spawning something, like a spawner, you can set it up to be like, oh, a good one, I think, is slimes. Slimes are hostile, so they give more meat than pink slime, which is weird, right? Because they're slime. But they also, I think they pop. They might not pop anymore, I'm not sure. As in they go into, you know, multiple mobs. But yeah, anyway, that's one way to do it. We obviously can't do that on the server. So what we do is we normally get people to show them getting something infinitely. So whether that be setting up like that, or I don't know. Normally they take us to their setup and we watch them rip it down as we give it to them. Give the, you know, the creative tank. Anyway, I'm going to have a quick sleep. So, I mean, technically, we could say that what we've got over here for this is infinite, because it is. Oh, we've actually got like a decent amount of latex now. That is what comes from being patient, because that was us being really patient right there. Got myself a bunch of latex. Anyway, let's try and get one of these washing factories. Now, pink slime ingot. Interesting. Okay, we don't actually have that programmed in. Oh, I love having these things where we just zip about. So good. Cool. Right, let me program this in. So I'm going to do that one right there as the recipe. Oh, I need some patterns. Been listening to, is it Wind and Truth? The new Brandon Sanderson novel. Oh my god, it's so good. Anyway, been listening to that like the past couple of days, and oh, gets in your head after a while. I saw pattern then, and I was like, pattern. So anyway, right, washing factory. Let's chuck that in here. This thing, by the way, before we had sophisticated backpacks, this was the goat, because you put it in your head slot, as in this slot in the curio, and it just used to feed you, and you didn't have to think about food for like ages, and you just go fill it up with liquid meat all the time. Oh, so good back in the day. Love that thing. So this thing, easy enough. This thing's really easy, actually, the fermentation station. And I think that's all we really need to do. So we need a fermentation station, and we need a washing factory. That should automatically go off and get everything for us. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, it needs to do, you know, all the rubber and everything. Yeah, it's going to make all of that stuff for us. Perfect. So there's the fermentation station. I've got 2 pattern providers, and I was thinking, can we literally just do this, and that'll be it? If that's all that we needed, I'm so mad at myself. I wish we'd just done this from the beginning, because that would be so much better. Hey, there we go. Induction cards. Now, this should power everything as well. I'm so mad that it's just literally 2 things that we needed right there. I could have done this ages ago. So, fermentation and the washing right there. So we get access to the pattern providers. Perfect. So washing station. I'm actually going to use this. I've been starting to use the encoding terminal in my thingy for a little while now. I think I can literally do that. Stick that in, and it will do it for us. I think. So what one's that? That's the orange. So we want to push to the bottom. And I think we can do pull and pull like that. So only like it can only input from, well, to this and this. Yeah, that's the Azure server. So it's this one, right? So that gets us the fermented. And then this. Oh, okay. So I missed one. We need one of the fluid sieving. Wow. That doesn't really matter to us, but it's this one that we really want right there. And that'll go in the one that we don't have, which is all good. In that case, pattern provider. I'm going to put one on, nope, wrong way. I'll put one right on the end, right there. It's going to reboot everything again, which is fine. Induction. So this one and this one. So there. And there. And there. Perfect. Same thing with this. We want to do input. So pull. That is the output. So we need that to be push. Yeah. And then I don't know what this one is right here. Fermentation station. How does this work? Oh, and you've got to put a catalyst in. None. 5X production. Oh, you can do 5X production with this. Oh, okay. So we're doing none because we don't care about the 5X on this at all, right? So I'm guessing that's where you put your 5X. 3X is just more time. 4X requires pink slime in there. And 5X requires ether gas, but takes 5 minutes. So we want it on 5 seconds because, yeah, we don't want it to take too long. Makes sense to me. So I don't know what this one is. That's the catalyst input. This one we don't care about. Just disable completely. like that. Now, I have seen that it is kind of annoying, apparently, to do all of this. The push and pull are a little bit annoying. They don't really, even if you've disabled it, for some reason, they were going in there for the potion brewer. So it'd be interesting to see how these things work as well. So has this one got an induction card? And this one has as well, yeah? Good. So again, for this one, we just want to put 2 in and then finally get that one out. So again, push, pull, pull. And what we could do is we could export sand into this and then take it out of the recipe, but we don't need to. So let's try titanium dust. And let's go for 32. Start. So it should put it all in here. Oh, and we should do all of the add-ons as well. And I really should do the upgrades for the add-ons. So I need one more of these. So that should output, that should go in here. That's got 400. And then when we get a little bit of this fermented, so that should be every 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it might have already gone down. No idea if that's doing it. But, oh no. No, it just has that animation on it at all times, apparently. Weird. Okay, well, we got to leave this then for a bit. I guess we have to wait for it to fill up, and then it'll do 5 seconds worth. Is that right, do you think? Aha, you have to set this thing here. Seal when 1 bucket. So when you get 1 bucket in there, it will just like close itself off and you can't get any more in. And then all of these will come in. I think this is how this works. Is that going to get us a titanium dust though? It's going to get us 3. That's pretty good. It's not bad at all. Is it going to do all of it then? I'm very confused. Basically what I'm thinking now is we should do a recipe for this one. So it has 1,000 millibuckets. Because this one right now, 100 millibuckets of raw meat or whatever it is. Yeah, so what we should do is instead do 1 bucket turns into 2 buckets of the fermented. So again, if we try and do that again, wait, let's just see if this is this done? Titanium. Yes, we got 32. Let's do another 32. It's actually going to make more than 30. Oh, no, maybe it isn't. Because it will make... Ah, we're going to have some leftovers, which is fine. But basically, it won't show... Well, it won't shove all of it into here straight away. It'll wait until it's got a full bucket worth. And then it'll throw it in, just like that. That's what we're looking for. And then that will go out this way, fermented, come out, go in here, and job done. That's done, basically. Hello. I didn't even notice you down there. Damn. So yeah, that is going to be making us some titanium dust. Now, what we can do is over here in, I think it's, I'll tell you what, pop down here. One of these has got titanium. I think it's this one. We can change this recipe. So instead of being that, we could literally just tell it to do that. Now, if we have a look at this and we say manganese. So is there anything that needs manganese now? Other than the dust which is needed for stainless steel. I don't think manganese sulfuric solution is used for anything. Manganese crushed dust. Manganese dust. I don't think it's used for anything now. So we don't even need that. How cool is that? We don't need it. Why is it always raining as well, by the way? It's annoying. But yeah, there you go. That was very how do I put it? I thought this would take up more room. Why not just set all of these up for like everything? For all of the sieves and stuff. I mean, the whole annoying bit is the liquid meat, but we've set up a recipe and we got infinite, I know, which doesn't feel like we've earned that infinite, but I mean, once you've set up one, you've always set it up. I had infinite in my single player, I believe, for a little while. And where did I put it? Just over here, yeah? Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that was quite good. Now, what I'm going to do is, because we need to keep going, I guess, is I'm going to set up all of my... Ah, I've got all the assemblers, right? Did I already put them in? Wait a minute. No. Assembler, electrolyzer, and what was the other one? Chemical reactors. Yeah, let me put these in. So there's the assembler. We'll do something with that. We'll do the chemical reactor in the middle, and then we'll do the electrolyzer on the end. I only chose electrolyzer because we've got two of them over here, and they've got a couple of really important recipes. So one is the hydrogen and oxygen right there, and then the other one is the sodium dust, which we need for like a load of stuff. So in fact, I'm not going to break these. I'm just going to take out their recipes. And I'm going to pop them over here. So if we have a look at this one, it's just a bit of salt goes in. And this one is also a bit of salt. And then this one is some water. So we need fluid input and output. And that is for the electrolyzer, right? So it's this one. So fluid output hatch. I didn't mean to make outputs earlier. I meant to make inputs. So yeah, take that one out, plonk that one there. And then it's just storage buses. I need to put storage buses on all of these. Only problem is these ones I might have to bump backwards because we might need more input and we might need more fluid inputs as well. So this one I definitely know we're going to put like this. What do I use on top here? Grey. That's fine. I'm just going to do this, I think. Now, we do need to get power into this. I'm quite tempted to start making some quantum entangler porters, and then we can entangle this. Be quite good. Hello, mate. Paper permanent. So, I did that the wrong way around as well. I just realised. I've got a wrench. Where's my other wrench? Okay, that'll do us. I'm so impatient now. I'm just like, nah, just get rid of it. Import bus. Let's just make like 100, because why not? Because we need a lot of import buses like going forward, so there we go. And then we need to hook this up somehow, and finally, on top of this is where I'm going to put a pattern provider. And this one can be a regular pattern provider. In fact, nah, not that. I'm going to do the flat version because it looks cool. In fact, we don't need to put it on top either. Oh, we kind of do because I want to get the power over there somehow. So I take that and I think I could just right click it in. Yeah. And I haven't forgotten. Oh, where's my configurator as well? I need to keep these things on me. So what I used to do is I used to put everything in my backpack, which is why I constantly look there. There you go. So you'll notice as well, I haven't hooked any of this up yet because I don't want to hook it up until we're finished. Because otherwise it'll take the flipping network down, won't it? So it's kind of annoying. I just realised I should probably have done one for the centrifuge, and then we could do 64 of the monazite recipe over and over and get loads of helium from that, but nah, it's all good. It's been running perfectly fine. So over here we can put all of these recipes. Now, before I do anything, let me just... Is it that recipe? Yeah. So 128, which is 64 times 2. And that gets us 64 of these. And then whatever that is times 64. And I like that you can just do that. 8 buckets of the chlorine you get from there. This one is the other way around. So we do 8. No, not 1,000. What? There you go. 8. And then 64. And then 128. So that's a recipe. This one is... I don't know how big the tanks are, if I'm honest. 16 buckets is all you can do at the same time, apparently. So we can make this one 15. So what is 15 divided by 3 is 5, right? So everything is multiple of 5. So that multiple of 5 is 10, and that multiple of 5 is 5, obviously. So that's one recipe. And then again, this one is literally the same recipe. The only reason I'm doing this twice, by the way, is because one of them is to get oxygen, and then the other one's to get hydrogen. Which might seem a little bit counterintuitive, but for some reason it doesn't see it as like the same recipe, so you have to put it in twice. And there we go. That's all we needed to do for that one. Now, I do realise that I need a second output hatch for this. So we are going to have to break into this. So there's the item input. Output. Because we need 2 output hatches, right? For fluid. Because we need one which is for... wow, I can show you if I go like this. One which is for hydrogen and one which is for oxygen. So that's how that works right there. We just plonk these 2 back in and that will reform everything. That doesn't take the system offline or anything, so we're all good with that. That one's already offline, but just need to snake a cable up to it. So I have been using some light grey cable. Okay. Light grey cable, there we go. So what you want to do, now this is what I've just decided I've started doing, is you basically wire everything up except where it touches the system. So something like that. And then you wire it up, because there's no point like making it reboot over and over and over as you place things down. So that's why that is like that. And I have a plan actually. Lux Assessor. We can literally power it just like that. So the power's coming in like that. That actually works quite well. Surely, if that's how that works. I don't mean an accessor, do I? That's not what I mean. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's put a... Lux... Is it not called that? I forget the name of it now. Oh, you can make a flat version as well. That's so cool. Okay, we're going to use this. There. Is that working? Device online. Yeah, boy. I'm so proud of that. That is actually quite neat. Awesome. Right, let's test this one out whilst we're here. So, sodium. We've got a ton of sodium, to be fair, but let's make 1 and see what happens. So, go. Why is there so much power in there? What the heck? That's not at all what we want to see. Is that a thing? Is that what happens with the pattern provider now? There it is. So that should now all work. Sodium. Why have we got so much sodium? It's weird, isn't it? Right, let's make... Again, let's try and make a stack of sodium. Go. So it should have gone in here. There's the salt. Why are you not importing? So you should be... Oh, because I didn't put any Excel cards in there. There you go. So that should now pull out of these like as quick as it can. Which one is it? It's going to go into this one. Oh, well, it already had some in there. I think, right? There we go. Are you not doing 64 at a time? I think you should do 64 at a time, right? Okay. We like that. Fair enough. Is it going to pull out all of the bits that we wanted, though? That is the big question, I guess. So are we going to get this and this? Wait, chlorine. How many chlorine do we have? Chlorine. We don't have any right now, so we should get 8 buckets worth. when this is finished. There you go, just finished. So chlorine, it says, is still in there. Oh, no, it should be fine. Should be fine to pull into this. Fluid output hatch. Are you still in there? Or did you move out? Why are you not coming back in? I'm so confused by that. Should go back in, right? Let me go underneath and we'll have a look. Troubleshooting. So I think it should be that one. Oh, and I flipping put the red stained on there, didn't I? Yeah, why are you not being pulled in? Device is missing a channel. What do you mean missing a channel? One. Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we've got 9 channels on there because one of these. Okay, if you've got one missing channel, that means that you're just knackered then, by the looks of it. I'm going to take one from the middle over here. There you go. That should be working right there. There we go. That's all working again now. That's kind of annoying. I'm going to have to do that with all of these now then. Good stuff. And now all of these are 8 channels. Perfect. What we like to see. We can just snap those back down. And no one is the wiser. Except I just showed it to you guys on camera. Excellent. Right. I'm going to do the rest of these off camera, I think. I think we did quite a good job right here. The titanium is going to be stupidly easy for us to get now. And we set up the rest of the processing arrays. These ones were really kind of good to set up and everything. The only thing I didn't set up was, I think it was this. So anything with the superconducting, I like that one as well. It's got the 1 recipe. Everything else is a 64 recipe. So useful. Even these things. And the plates themselves over here, I only made a 32 recipe for all the moddedminecraft plates. Not that we need those, like, ever. But they're there if we need it. And there's the chlorine. Perfect. Good stuff. Well, I think we're going to call the episode here for today. Let me hop over here. It feels like this thing is never going to be done, but is the way that I set it up. So, as I said, if we'd have done, like, a massive reactor, like in our single player, do you remember we made that, like, whole chunk-sized reactor? And we got loads of nuclear waste in, like, no time at all. If we'd have done that, we could have filled these both up with nuclear waste, and we could have got all of our SPF, like, components. SPS, not SPF. SPF is, you know, for suntan lotion. So, SPS is the supercritical... Oh, wait. Is it a supercritical phase shifter? Why is it... Oh, I get it. Supercritical. Is that one word? It's hyphenated, probably, yeah. But anyway, yeah, we probably would have had it by now, and we probably would have had a antimatter by now as well. But I made this, like, slow because we were doing other things that were slow, so it sort of made sense. Also, I wanted to make a really small reactor because he's cute as heck. It's small, as in SMOL. Nice. Anyway, right, I'm going to call the episode here. This was a really good idea. Thank you for the suggestion. That is one more way to skip in modern industrialization. And I might do a video at some point where I, like, just get all of the tips that I've had about modern industrialization and just put it all in one video. So, like, I think the biggest one that we found so far is silicon. Silicon, like that. So to make the ingots, you can just do it in the unpacker. Now we found that one in our from this stuff, right, which is really easy to get. We found that whilst we were doing our single player, and I'm so glad we did, because making it the other way is really painful because you have to make. Well, let's have a look. You have to make silicon dust. Oh, you can just smelt the silicon dust now. But to get silicon dust, you need to put it through an electric blast furnace, and there's no way we're doing that. Or you could do, you know, the lapis or the emerald dust. And that's basically the only ways you could do it, is either with some quartz and some coke dust or carbon dust. And that takes ages as well. Look how long that takes. Stupid. Stupid stuff right there. It's too long. So I'm really glad we found this recipe, the one that's you know, you stick it in the unpacker and you get yourself the silicon ingots. That's just so good. I use that all the time. So that's one of the skips that we've got. There's like a few others, like making industrial foregoing stuff. Like not just this one, but the iridium one, and also Boon of Earth sort of helps as well with that. Anyway, we'll talk about that in an entire modern industrialization episode. But I'm going to do that after I've got the sword, I think. I'll make it into a little guide thing because, yeah, I like doing those. Anyway, I'm going to call the episode here. So thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.